We can like
Help people.
help people. This is the only one where we're going to help. After that, I don't think we can help. But so I work with a man who is happily married and expecting his first child in a couple of months. I'm happily married myself, but I'm worried by my sexual dreams I've been recently having, in which I fantasize about making love to him.
The fact that you're having a dream about somebody else, you've not done anything wrong in that, because if you spend time with people, I mean, I've never had a sex dream about Josh, but if I had one, I wouldn't feel like any guilt about it.
I wish I had his free time, you know. I wish I had the time to watch whatever.
Is he joking? Every time I come in here, the only person that's working is fucking George.
Lad.
I'm around. Hi, I'm Adam.
And I'm Josh.
And welcome back to the Breaking Bread podcast, where this is, you guessed it, second episode of the day. So buckle up. It could get a bit mental. How you doing, old buddy, old pal? Did you enjoy your pee break?
It was nice, yeah. You didn't put any more bugs in my coffee, did you?
And you made me a coffee. Thanks for making it for me, mate. It's like a bit of a half measure, but cheers.
Half measure for a half measure man. What we're talking about this week, Adam? How you been?
How many sweeteners are in there?
2. You always have 2 sweeteners?
Yeah, it just feels a bit strong. I'm all right, mate, yeah. I got a couple of emails this week from TV shows. I know people normally get excited about that, don't they?
Are you going to Naked Attraction, yeah?
No, I probably would. If I was single, I'd do that for a laugh, I reckon. You know?
I don't think you would.
I would, because like you go on there, the lighting's always good, man. You know, I'd get a bit of a, I'd get a pump before I went on there. Look how slow,
like a cock pump.
Yeah, but then like when you know when when they arrange the date, I just wouldn't turn up to the date. But like it'd be a laugh to just be nah, I wouldn't do it. I'm joking. But but for people making TV shows.
So what's the shows?
Don't know, some embryonic show.
You just fucked them off, didn't you?
I did, yeah. Yeah, man. They make me laugh. I hate TV. Like, I think a lot of people that might be kind of younger people, maybe might be starry-eyed. Oh yeah, I get to go on TV. But like TV is fucking awful anyway. So I just said, no thanks, bud.
We've dropped a lot of F-bombs. You're going to have to beep a couple of these out, 'cause I'm pretty sure like the new YouTube rules, like whoever's editing this.
30 seconds in it.
Yeah, drop it.
First 30 seconds, that's it, you amber, mate.
We're over 30 seconds.
Are we?
Oh, we all right, yeah.
I didn't
Maybe.
even know. I don't even notice that I'm doing it now. I think it's cathartic for me because the rest of my channel is so. I've clearly got the ability not to swear because I never swear on my channel. Yeah. Although one of the videos I shot in Vegas, I did swear, didn't even realise, so I had to beep it out in the edit.
I bet that's quite funny for your current audience. You know, if you drop a beep in there, they're like, oh, I swore.
I had 2. It's weird that I would get 2 in a week from like different companies. Like we'll do a show, and it's always like they've got this vague idea. Yeah, we're looking at pitch to MTV or the Travel Channel or whatever.
Yeah.
And I love your videos. So I always say, oh, thanks for the kind words. I really appreciate that. But I'm not interested in TV. They'll be like, let's get on Skype or Zoom or fucking whatever and have a chat about it. I'm like, no, because do you think I want to get be on camera with 2 strangers talking about a show which is never going to happen? The amount of times that's happened, I think maybe 2 or 3 or 4 times in the past I've done that, and like never. So I'm like, what's the point? You know what I mean? And I don't want it. Like it's. Why would you want to be on TV? Nobody watches TV.
Yeah, it's like our mate Ben, God bless him. He's been on a couple of TV shows recently, and I'm pretty sure he only got paid expenses, which is like literally your ticket to London. And I'm like, mate, just... And he's there, like, when he's there, he's like pitching new ideas for premise, because he came from TV, didn't he? He came from like...
Yeah. Police interceptors.
Fuck him off. Or tell him to pay you the right dough to be down there. And
it's crazy, man. The whole like not paying you thing. It's like I'll pay expenses. So why would I go then?
Yeah,
I want to go down to London? Like when I got off, I asked to go on Jeremy Vine. Oh, man, don't get me started. Come down to London. I'm like, are you joking, man? Why would I go down to London to my show with Jeremy Vine? I'm like, you couldn't pay me enough to do that. You could have offered me 10 grand. I would have still said no. Like, are you joking, man? Have you seen like all his cycling videos as well?
Yeah.
They're like, look. I don't have anything against Jeremy Vine specifically. I actually quite like his brother. His brother Tim Vine doing he does like dad jokes, like one-liners.
What about his cousin Grape?
That's a good one. That could have been one of Tim Vine's jokes. It was that bad.
Should have told that to Paul.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Instead of that like 6-minute joke with no punchline you told. But yeah, I keep seeing these videos on Twitter. He's like a justice warrior for cyclists. And he'll post these videos shot on like a 360 action camera of like car drivers being terrible, and it's like, no, you're just trying to contrive. Sometimes he gets terrible, like people on their phone and stuff like that. But more common than not, it's like there's some scenario where a driver has done something where if he had, as a cyclist slowed down, there would have been no drama. But it'd be like 20 miles an hour towards his car to try and contrive a crash.
Yeah.
And he'd be like, what are you doing? And it's like, come on, man. Especially as he must be 50. Like, come on, grow up, man, grow up.
That's coming from the man that makes eating videos on YouTube at 37 years old. So we'll start this podcast like we start every other podcast with the YouTube comment.
It's time for a YouTube comment from you.
Okay, so we've got 2 comments today. First one from Lee from Leeds. Fuck Patreons. Who in their right mind would pay to get this early?
You got a point there, Lee. I mean, and people from Leeds often don't mince their words, do they? So I agree with you, Lee. You don't need to convince me.
See, I commented, you're like the worst. Fucking, you're a wanker, you. I commented back to this dude. I said, listen, Lee from Leeds, you're going to go in the same category as Richard from South Dakota at this rate. And then he commented back saying like, that is actually me. So we were on board. But watch shithouse comment. He's all right though. He's like, I think we won him back over.
I am completely ambivalent to the opinion of anyone else on this planet. I honestly, like, I'm at that point now. Even my mum, I'm putting you in there as well, mum. Fuck you, mum. I'm joking. Go on, what's the next one?
Okay, second comment is from KShep81.
K-Shep?
K.Shep81.
Sounds like could be a call sign, for like some kind of military individual does a bit of wet work. Military wet work, not... Anyway, go on. Go on.
Said, y'all should really implement some sort of beard rating system on the podcast so followers can send in pictures of their beards and y'all rate them.
Oh, you know what? K-Shep, I like that idea. Can we do that? Because I saw this thing the other day. You told me about that... you need to make the most of this while I've got some energy because it's not gonna last long. I told you it's gonna last about 30 minutes.
This is like Mrs. Beard's like.
Shut the fuck up. Right, you told me to watch that porno documentary, George.
I didn't tell you to watch it. I just mentioned it.
You said you'd watched it and it was eye opening. It's not pornography. It's a documentary about like the pitfalls of Pornhub and all that stuff.
I might watch that tonight actually.
Anyway, it's on that like one of the people, one of the porn stars. Is that what you call them? Porn stars.
Yeah.
Which part of
Or
just
you're not
porn
supposed to call
stars.
them that anymore, I don't know.
well, I'm just trying to PC, like it's one of the porn actresses, right? One of her revenue streams was right on OnlyFans. I think it was via OnlyFans. She did like knob ratings.
Oh yeah.
So people would send her pictures of their dicks, right, and she would rate them. But she didn't do it in like a humorous way. Like if somebody sent me a picture of their beard or dick, I would probably like, I'd try and say something positive about it, but make a bit of a joke about it. Presumably that's what they want, not a serious rating. But she's like, yeah, the girth is pretty good. The length is maybe slightly lower than average, but...
Impressive bulging vein out the top.
Literally, she said that.
She legitimately said that, yeah. But so I think we could totally do that for beards. That could be a good little section. George knocks up a jingle, and I just say, yeah, it's a decent beard, or it's a shit beard, or...
Well, maybe we'll try it. Like at first,
we'll
you
it.
sort of won me around a little bit,
Why not?
but you might hurt some
Look,
people's
man.
feelings. I
I'm
will
never
100% hurt people's feelings.
If anyone even sends in pictures of the beards and not the dick.
Why is he saying I would hurt people? You're not review. What the fuck grounds do you have to review?
Well,
something?
it's like,
Send it to
if
me.
If it goes to the table, then anyone.
You take.
It's like putting content on the internet. Everyone can fucking hammer you in the comments about how shit your content is.
I'm not going to say your beard is, but I might say that. I mean, like, look at this beard. This ain't a 10 out of 10 beard. This is a 6 out of 10 beard.
Yeah.
But like, I'm not gonna. I think if people are submitting it, they're probably open to a bit of constructive, humorous criticism. I'm not gonna say that's a wank beard. Move on. We'll have some fun with it.
All right. Well, if you, what we'll do is we'll put George's Instagram here. If you could just DM
Nah.
George.
Nah.
Send them all to George's Instagram.
No.
And,
Can't you send me the
and if you want a dick rating, George will do that as well because it's like he's a bit low on funds. So if you send him a tenner to PayPal and a picture of your knob, he'll.
It didn't take long to get there, did it?
You started it.
No, I started talking about beards, and then I made a reference to the documentary. Anyway,
I've just put my Instagram on private anyway. So.
Yeah.
just send them to the Breaking Bread podcast thing, right? Yeah, and then I think that's cool if people are up for a beard rating. We would appreciate it. It'll fill at least, I don't know, 2-3 minutes. Is there another one?
No, that's it. So
That's it.
Yeah. So before we go into the main topic of this this podcast, I wanted to just have a little chit chat because in the spirit of DMs,
This sounds serious. A little chit chat.
Yeah, a
Is
little
this my
chit-
appraisal?
yeah.
All right, go on then, Gaffer.
In the spirit of DMs, Adam often gets some nice messages from people from all walks of life. And this week he received a nice message from a Love Island star which the opening line said,
not replied
"Hi, mate. Not sure you've watched Love Island this winter. Can you elaborate on what this guy said?" And
You got me dropping notes. I didn't reply to him.
so a guy called Casey O'Gorman, who's got a blue tick and 160,000 followers. "Hi, mate. How are you? Not sure if you've watched Love Island this winter. However, myself and Tom from the show are big fans. We're saying we'd love to do a competition versus you. Let me know if you'd be keen. Thanks, Casey." Are you keen?
Well, no, I just took the instruction there, so I wasn't keen, so I didn't let him know. I didn't. I mean, I think yeah. You know me. I didn't realize you were going to drop that on me, but I just thought the nicest thing to do in that scenario was really not to respond. Really. Yeah.
Got nothing nice to say. Don't say anything at all.
Well, I get a lot. Often I'd totally forgotten about that, so I saw it and didn't respond immediately. Obviously, sent it to you because I know you love Love Island.
I've never watched Love Island.
Of course, mate. And then it's obviously been buried beneath a few more messages. But sorry if you're watching, Casey. I'm out. If it's all right. If it's the same with you. Thank you very much for watching. I do really appreciate it. Thanks very much. But I'm not really. I'm not game. I'm actually quite violently opposed to TV shows like Love Island. So
we did start off the top of this episode talking about how much you don't like TV shows. So it kind of fits.
But specifically those types of TV shows, yeah.
I just like the line. Not sure if you watched Love Island this winter. That's like one of the people at DMs are like, "Hi, I really love your podcast. Have you considered making a shot?" It's like you don't love the podcast. You've not watched the podcast.
You ain't watched it,
because
man.
if you wouldn't fucking DM us if you'd have watched the podcast.
Yeah,
you're not a fan.
I would. Yeah, what was I going to say then? I'm more likely to watch one of George's YouTube videos than I am Love Island.
And we'll put a comment below to George's YouTube videos and
Give him a
his
sub, man.
Instagram.
He tries really hard, and he's handsome to look at, you know.
Yeah, he is a handsome man, and he likes dick spin in his DMs. So this episode, we mentioned last week that we had a board meeting, a management meeting of Breaking Bread, where we came up with some ideas, and it took us fucking ages to come up with these ideas. And we sat there, and we thought of this idea where we'd do like an agony aunt section, like an agony Adam.
I don't know if we did think of this. Didn't somebody suggest this?
Right. So we at the end of the meeting, we were like, fuck, patting ourselves on. We're brilliant, lads. We're class. We put it out to Instagram to say, if you've got any DMers, to which someone called Loch Neth on Instagram basically screenshot it and said, "I told you to do this in October last year." So Loch Neth, you've got the full credit for this one.
We added credit there, yeah. We weren't one of those people that plagiarise ideas and don't add credit, so.
But yeah, we thought we'd come up with that, and we didn't.
I suppose in a way we did, in the same way that, that awful song,
garlic bread, chicken wings, cheesecake.
You come on now, you can't say cheesecake's an awful song. That's top class. Even George said so. No, that song with that dude, a really misogynist song, man. About girls that want it. What's it called, man?
That rapey one. That
yeah, with Pharrell Williams, wasn't it? But
yeah.
I've forgotten the name of the other guy.
Oh, Blurred Lines.
Yeah, that one. Yeah. So that was a direct rip off of the Marvin Gaye song. I've forgotten the name of it now. Gotta Get It, something like that. I was trying to make a parallel there between the fact that they had obviously nicked it, but they probably thought it was genuine.
Yeah.
We did the same thing with the agony aunt thing. I've got like this really bad habit of just going off on tangents for no reason. Sorry. So I'm not built for podcasts, man.
Have you got any Agony Adams yourself that have you had any DMs or anything? Or
Agony Adams, I like that. No, I haven't. Then I didn't ask people because I thought, God knows what I'm going to get.
So we got a few. We've had to let some of them slip because they'll definitely offend people. So you guys are funny, but we can't say some of them. So we're gonna start seriously because we actually got a serious one.
Oh no, come on now.
No, yeah, come on. We're good. Like I think we can like
help people.
This is the only one where we're gonna help. After that, I don't think we can help, but. We'll keep it.
What are our credentials for helping?
I don't know. I thought we were like sometimes we drum up like just nuggets of like fire and inspiration. So this might be it.
Nuggets of fire. Nuggets of fire. That's what comes out of my ass after doing those like spicy. Sorry, go on.
Right. So this one's from a subscriber. I won't put the name in because I don't know if they didn't say be anonymous, but we'll keep it anonymous. My fiance recently got laid off. I've been feeling a lot of stress financially. How can I steady on? And I was like, that's quite in the current climate, quite an apt sort of DM to give us. I didn't know if we could drum up some ideas of inspiration or advice to just spur this gentleman along.
I am way out of my depth here. how can I steady on? Like,
Yeah, I think it means
how can
I guess move forward productively and maybe just ease a bit of the anxiety. What I would say is, so I've watched a couple of. We have actually got a guest who's a financial expert that's coming on in a couple of weeks who does YouTube, but it's a fun channel. I've been watching him since probably 2 years now, but. All he says with stuff like this is if you have like a massive changes in your circumstances financially, it's like sort of clear debt or like remove as many outgoings as possible so that your sort of pluses and minuses, like the books sort of balance up a little bit.
So what I suppose one tip I would give is if you are donating to us on Patreon, stop, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. What else can you? I suppose it depends on your circumstances, right? What can you do without? But I'm pretty sure he's not. He's probably thought about that, right? So I don't know. My theory there would be more along the lines of supporting you because your partner's gonna be feeling it, right? Was it a partner?
Yeah. Fiance got laid off.
Yeah. So they're gonna be presumably upset, you would imagine. So I suppose you support them and give them some belief that they could do whatever. Because as well as being laid off could be I don't want to say it could be a good thing.
Yeah.
Right. But sometimes it makes you reassess like where you're at in life and what if you could now do maybe something. You've been kicked. You didn't have to quit. You've been kicked out.
Yeah.
Maybe there's something you always wanted to do. So if that's the case, then just be real supportive about that. But yeah, I mean, it's easy to say that, isn't it? When you don't have bills looming over your head and whatnot.
Yeah,
So-
there is that. I think that also there are opportunities out there. So like a lot of people, when they move from one job to another, they think they have to be in the same career path, when often you could actually switch careers into anything different, and you never know how much potential there is in that. So that's what I would say. And then like going forward, because like get back, fingers crossed, get a new job, back on your feet, then build like a buffer of, it's a bit like in business, you need a cash flow. You never want your cash flow to drop. So try to get to a point where you've got a bit of savings to sort of get you through the turbulent times. So hopefully you're living off that now, get a new job and we're moving on.
Like Josh lives off me asking him for videos all the time.
Yes, I rely on once a quarter that Adam goes, can you make me this silly video? And I go, I'm glad that.
So for fuck's sake, but I can charge him like 100% more than everyone else, and then that's how I contribute.
Yeah.
And we probably didn't help that guy in any way, shape, or form.
But I thought that was one that came from our subscribers, and it was a genuine one. So I thought we tried.
I hope it all works out, and thanks for listening and submitting. But I'm sure we won't have any help to you.
Next one, it's not as sort of brutal. This was an email submission, so like I put his email address up.
We've got an email address.
We have,
I'll be damned.
Crotch Sniffer 5000 or whatever that DM'd you last week also DM'd us like some proper horrendous shit.
Did he? What you sent me one thing that he or her had it could be her,
Very true,
or
yeah.
like anything in between.
Yeah.
But you sent me one that didn't look that. It just looked like gobbledygook. Is you sent other
There were
stuff?
gobbledygook and then there was some other stuff in there, but I can't remember exactly what he said, but I recognise the email address. So I regret now putting his email address on the internet.
The funny thing about that is, don't you think, is like, do they not realise like the inherent irony in like in messaging somebody, like telling them how much you hate them, while this person is just there like laughing, like, I don't like, who cares, mate? You know what I mean? Like
I think it's the best. Seriously, like, email me again. I want that email address. Crotch Sniffer.
Crotch. It's obviously like some dummy email address. It's like Crotch Sniffer. I think it was Crotch Sniffer 3000 or something like that.
Yeah.
Is it like the other lesser known member of Outcast?
Anyway, we've got another
As a reference to Andre 3000.
we've got another anonymous submission. Hi lads, I'm a Leeds lad living in London. As I'm as I'm a West End performer. I recently ended up in a sticky situation and I need your opinion. I live in a shared house, and recently when one of the rooms became available, I thought it would be a great idea to invite my friend to rent it as she was looking for somewhere. I've never been more wrong. She's unbearable to live with, constantly complaining about the house and constantly cleaning stuff. I'm a very clean person myself, but this is on a ridiculous level. On top of this, she has started replacing all our possessions with her own, and I was just disappearing in the bin without a second thought. Are you living with my wife? I think it's living with her.
Apart from the cleaning all the time part, you're living with Mrs. Beard there, mate. Like the amount of shit of mine that just disappears. I've only just found that DNA kit.
Yeah.
You know, we're doing a DNA kit for a future episode. I bought it in like October last year. It just fucking vanished into thin air. I found it under a bunch of like my, winners t-shirts. I'm like, why? It's like you're trying to piss me off by putting it under. I'm never going to find it under that.
Because pile keeps getting bigger, right?
Yeah, exactly right.
I understand.
I'm a winner. What can I say?
I understand that people have different tastes, etc. But this is not the way to live in a shared house, and I'm sure you will agree. So I need your opinion on how to get rid of her. I don't want to lose a friendship, but I also want to be able to shower without bleach fumed headaches. this is my wife. This I swear to God, last night she put that much bleach in the shower. It was like sleeping at a fucking swimming baths. Honestly, it was just like you come out, you're like head's aching. I thought about framing pictures of Adam's messiest eating challenges around the house. That'd scare him enough. But if you've got any other ideas, sorry this is a long one. Thanks for all the laughs on the podcast. Kind regards, Les Dennis.
That's great. That was actually made it worthwhile coming into the studio today. Yeah, that's hard, isn't it? I mean,
If you go back, can I just suggest, if you go back into about 5 or 6 episodes ago, we did like how to get away with murder, and Adam, I think if you take Adam's one on board, that could be a good way to get rid of it.
No, don't hit the person over the head with a brick and throw their dog into a river. Don't do that. I think the first thing there is like, I mean, I'm just marveling at how anyone could have been in Leeds and then go down to London and actually tolerate it.
There's a lot to break down here.
Yeah, there's a.
But he's a West End performer.
Oh man, West End performer. Can we like? There's a way we could message back and find out. Obviously, we wouldn't ever divulge it, but I want to kind of know who it is now.
Well, the person has got our email address, so like once you've listened to this, email us again. You could be like our pen pal. You could be the podcast pen pal.
Steady.
Just don't get weird about it, man. We've had some weird.
You open a can of worms.
In fact, I retract that offer. Just tell us what show you're on.
Just so we can next time we're down in London, we could go see him.
Yeah.
Or her? Is it? No, it's him. Right?
Him. Yeah.
I think the thing that I could never tolerate living in a shared house ever.
I've done it. Yeah.
Ever. It's hard enough for me sharing a house with Linz. Tell you, man. Sometimes I just think like, would it be that bad to suggest me buying a different house or renting another house and just spending half the week there just for a bit of peace and quiet? So that'd be hard. I think I like the theory there that you could like just be constantly playing my videos, not because I want the ad revenue or anything, but like that's gonna piss people off enough. But maybe they should just turn the device off, right? The thing there for me is like the fact that she seems to clean a lot. I could tolerate the bleach fumes if the house is always spotless, because that's like they're taking care of a big portion of what everyone should be helping out with. Could you maybe just have a bit of an intervention? I don't know how many people are in the house, but could you maybe just say like, could you maybe just stop throwing our shit away, because that's a bit of a big deal. But you could kind of shit sandwich it, you know, like we don't like this. Thank you for doing all the cleaning. Maybe ease up on the bleach a bit because my skin's starting to itch. But could you please stop throwing shit, or just label shit and put like post-it notes on like under no circumstances to us away ever. That would be my advice.
A very pragmatic
or just move
approach.
out. Come back to Leeds, just commute. It's only 2 hours right from Leeds on the high-speed train. If the train's on time.
I think the best thing to do is like just let this just let it sit tight for a bit longer. Maybe a few more months, 6 months, maybe. And eventually you're just going to completely fucking lose your shit and just scream at her and then she'll leave.
This is terrible advice.
No, that's good advice.
No, because we don't want him to be screaming at somebody. Come on.
Why? Why have you put my baked beans? I had baked beans in the fridge, man, and you fucking binned them. I was going to have them for my tea.
Why would baked beans be in the fridge?
My dying father gave them to me.
Yeah, why? If you don't eat a full tin of baked beans, you put the rest of the beans in the fridge.
If I don't eat that's a single serving, motherfucker.
Nah, there's 2
Who's
servings.
saving
There's
beans?
2 servings in a tin of beans.
Maybe for you. Nobody else is opening beans and keeping them. What are they, like 30p for a tin of beans or something?
I don't know, inflation. I think it's a bit more now.
Anyway, in summary, I think most people are receptive to a little bit of discourse. Say, look, we're living together. I don't want to make this awkward or anything. It's nice living together, even if that's a bit of a white lie. But could you not throw my shit away? That seems like the singular biggest thing that he's worried about.
Yeah, I mean, I just think living with people is just a nightmare. Shared house, I've done it. Shared accommodation. I told you about the guy that I tried to kill on ship, like because I had to share a fucking cabin with him. My mate, I shared accommodation with, who were picking his toes and his feet. Yeah. And he's the one with like the really long foreskin, and I'm still good mates with him. Do you know? Like, but he picked he used to roll bogies and flick them. Like, it's just that you've got to be really selective.
I love how that was his redeeming quality.
He's got long. Yeah. I like him. He's got long foreskin. What's not to like? That's in the pro column. Picks feet, flicks bogies, but he does have a long foreskin. Yeah, I don't really know. I mean, the easiest thing is move out, right? Did you see that video that was going around on Facebook a couple of weeks ago where a bloke he'd hired out a skip in London, right? But he had a mate who was like some kind of, not an architect, but somebody, a carpenter, right?
Yeah.
And he built in this miniature house inside a skip.
Wow.
Yeah,
I
it
think
was-
I've seen that on like trending page actually on YouTube.
Yeah,
I didn't click on it, but
There's no other reason I would have come across it.
Yeah.
I thought it was Facebook, but like, yeah, you could. I mean, I'm not suggesting you live in a shed off a London high street, but it's hard though, isn't it?
I know
'Cause,
what a
like,
shame because he was there first. You know, like he was there first. He invited her into his house. I think you've just got to tell him, mate. You've just got to be like. Sometimes you've got to rip that plaster off and be like, "Listen, time's up. It's not me. It's definitely you. Piss off. We'll get a coffee next week."
But take everything that we say with a pinch of salt. I don't want to be accountable for any massive grievances or anyone getting like knocked out or anything. What's the next one?
All right, so we've got another one. So this was on Patreon from a guy called Andrew. I'll tell you his full title in a second. I hate it when other supposedly hilarious people enter my social network situations. These wannabes must be destroyed. But how the fuck can I do it without them coming back and trying to fuck up my social networks, social gatherings? It's driving me crazy and don't know how the fuck I'm going to get rid of them, as nobody in my social circles are funnier than me. Should I hire mercenaries? And Andrew's full title of Patreon is Knife Stories with Andrew.
Knife stories.
Knife story. I'm
feel
hoping
like-
it's a bit like an honour, you know, like he makes knives. Not that.
I was going to say, like, if you've got more than one story about a knife, then you're the problem. You know what I mean? I don't really know what the question is there. So he's not happy that people are now
Funnier than him in his
friends
group.
with him, funnier than him. Get funnier, mate.
But on social networks, like not in, like, I got this as like on social media, not on, within, maybe not, into your social networks situation.
I think he means just like his network of people.
Oh, right, okay.
But specifically on social media.
I guess
I
not.
don't think so.
Social, well, people fuck up my social networks, social gatherings.
I think it just means social networks and,
As in that-
and social gatherings.
Right, okay.
In the non-technological sense, so his
Okay.
network of his close friends. So he doesn't like the fact that people that are funnier than him come into the new group dynamic.
Yeah.
He wants to be the only funny
Lad,
guy.
I'm sorry, but like, life's the competition, right? I mean, like if it matters to you to be funny, I don't know. Like, I think we proved like on the podcast when Paul Smith was on, right? You don't need to be the funniest guy in the room, right? I don't know if your social worth is embedded in how funny you are, but if you want to be funnier, write some material, rehearse it. I don't know.
But yeah, and like we thrive on competition, don't we? Or some do. Some people thrive on. So if you want to be funnier and you get funny people in, like you got to up your game, man. So like you become a network is your net worth. I've heard Gary Vee say on the internet.
You bum.
Who says that? Like Nicki Minaj or something in a song.
Probably
You
Gary Vee.
It was Gary Vee or Nicki Minaj, somewhere
Yeah.
between there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I feel like there seems to be a bit of a deep insecurity there. I'm getting in kind of what you're saying. I mean, if you're not everyone's funny, you know. Like I don't come in here and think, oh, George is a real hoot, you know. But he's still a nice dude. We get along. He's reasonably funny, but like
Maybe he's like the boy, you know, like maybe like
he's the class clown.
yeah, Knife Stories Andrew's like the guy that holds court, you know, he's the one that's like cracking jokes and
The alpha.
yeah, and then somebody else has come in. You know.
I suppose you look at it from a different way. You could like do something really terrible, like an invent. If you really have to get rid of them, invent some terrible story about them, like they strangle geese
Start
on the weekend.
rumours.
Or,
Start rumours.
yeah, start a rumor or something if you have to. Otherwise, I think the easiest thing there is to just, if it matters to you to be funny, put some time and effort into being funnier.
Do you think we're doing well at being agony ants?
No.
I think so.
Yeah.
But not. They're all like logical responses. I think.
Well, I told
could never be
somebody, somebody to kill someone, so
I think you did that tongue in cheek, right? I think everyone knows that was a gag. Don't kill anyone. But George, put a disclaimer on screen, yeah.
for those that are listening, audio listeners, I winked at the camera there. I realised that we've got two sets of audiences, haven't we?
You can see it on Spotify though. If you
What
want.
if you're on Apple though?
Oh, I don't know, man. Like Apple's way behind. I tried to buy a new computer last night and it kept declining my card.
No.
Yeah.
What? Like I thought, if you just like you're an Apple computer or an Apple phone and you go on the Apple website, if you just click on something, it's like add this to basket, Apple paid. Shit,
but then-
it's on its way.
Then it uses your personal banking details, doesn't it?
So yeah, you need to.
It's got to be
Come on,
a write-off.
We'll get
hasn't
that
it?
VAT
Come on
back.
now.
Let's go.
Yeah, you got to get it back.
So did you buy a laptop?
No, I'm going to try walking in the Apple shop today and be like, yo, I hate going to Apple shops though. I've only ever been in one once. and
It's
just
full
thought-
of geniuses.
Yeah, but like, that's not, you go in and you're like, oh, Why would you go into an Apple shop if you could avoid it?
It's always rammed, isn't it?
I know,
Not in Trinity, man. It's like queuing out and stuff, like to go in for.
You know what it's like? It's like it's one of those brands, a bit like Tesla. You know, where like people that are, apart from me aside, like if you've got something, like if you've got an Apple product or you've got a Tesla, or if you've got, there's probably other things, right? You just love it. You just love everything about it. Like, oh, I need to get the new. That's just basically a cable that charges my phone, but I'm gonna pay an extra like 10 quid because it's Apple.
Yeah.
You know, my sister. Her the head from Art Attack, her husband.
Yep.
He loves Apple. He does actually listen sometimes. How's it going, Scott? He does actually love Apple stuff to the point that like he'll buy the new phone. Like even if he's just got the whatever. I don't know what iPhone we're on now, but if he's got like iPhone 11 and iPhone 12 comes out, like he's getting it the day it comes out. Kind of thing.
Yeah.
Even though the only difference is maybe like I don't know, it is slightly more waterproof or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I think it's kind of like that with the Apple shop. Like
I think Apple. I'm a bit of a conspiracy theorist because like the Apple phones, the price of Apple phones has gone up so astronomically that now you've got to basically finance the phone. You're financing a phone.
How much are the phones?
Like, I think they're like I want to say maybe like 1,200 quid. Like they're
what was about that?
Nah, they used to be like 200, 300, 400 quid. Like when it first came out, like like with inflation and all that.
What, 20 years ago?
Nah, I think about 20 years ago, did they?
I feel like it's probably something like that. Yeah,
Been around a while.
I think
they're so like extortionate prices.
they are basically a little miniature computer, though, aren't they? So, and the thing is with them, you do finance, don't you? You get contracts, and part of that is paying off the handset as well as your minutes and whatnot.
I know, but I think because it then becomes like more easy to buy, because it's then everyone's going to finance it, so we'll just put the prices up anyway. Do you know what I mean? Like,
I get that, yeah, but I never buy like this has been out of contract for 2 years and I've still got it.
Yeah,
it's smashed as well. I very rarely. I think I'm getting the drops in old age. You know, my what they say. My
dexterity.
Dexterity is not what it used to be. Cheers, mate. It's not what it used to be. Yeah. Yeah, but. Have you ever seen the Steve Jobs movie, the good one with Michael Fassbender, not Ashton Kutcher?
No, I've seen the Ashton Kutcher one. Ashton Kutcher.
Yeah, they intentionally made it. It was kind of, from a business perspective, it was very smart because then people are just going to buy your stuff and they can't add shit to it.
Yeah.
But obviously, is played by Seth Rogen. Originally wanted like the first Apple thing they produced was good because it was customizable.
Right, okay.
I thought it was interesting.
Yeah.
Go watch it if you're interested in boring shit made to be slightly less boring.
Are you onto AI? Just sorry, we're going on a tangent here, but like, because obviously Elon Musk took over Twitter, and now everybody that I see on my Twitter feed, I don't follow. I don't understand that. Like,
yeah, well,
he's done, like, oh, sometimes it says like because so and so follows, then I get it. But like, I see tweets now, and I click on it, it's like not following, don't understand it. But I see a lot of stuff about AI, and apparently there's like an open letter being sort of signed by the head of people to say, right, stop the development of AI, like, because it's getting so far advanced. They're on like Chat GPT-4, and it's got so far advanced that they're like, we need to stop.
Have you seen Terminator? Have you seen the Terminator movies?
Put some legislation in place to sort of try and manage this because it's going to get out of hand.
Yeah, man.
That is actually terrifying.
Skynet's going to become self-aware. It's going to happen. Yeah, but I the weird thing about AI, I'm like, we haven't even mastered normal intelligence. Why fuck around with artificial intelligence? You know what I mean? A mate of mine was like, he sometimes listens, right? So I won't say his name in case he gets in trouble. But he was like, he does like, he works for a union, right? But doing like legal shit for, people that get in trouble at work and they want to like fight the power and whatnot. Yeah. Like, it wasn't my fault, and he's like, oh yeah, I'm writing this letter, and I've used this AI Chat GPT thing. I didn't even know what that was.
Yeah.
He's like, it's ace, and I'm reading it. I'm like, that's obviously not written by a human because it's like there's no cadence to how you're writing it. Like if I write something, you can tell I wrote it within reason, right? Especially if I write like a job application or like a big, a 6-paragraph long thing, and it's like, wow, it's so efficient, it saves you time. It's like, yeah, but they're not employing a robot, man. They're employing you. That's the reason you're there.
It's because like we are naturally lazy people. It's an amazing So I went onto it all. Josh were on his phone on it yesterday. We were driving to a job, and he were like, we put a bunch of stuff in it. So he says, write me a script. Just start off like, write me a script, and you've put like a small like little premise, like one sentence about 2 filmmakers going on the best job ever, and it wrote like a full script, and it gave 2 names. And then you can just reply to it and go, I don't want the names to be this, and I want it to be a little bit funnier. So then it'll spit out another script. And you just keep feeding it information, and you just kept building it out, building it out, building it out. And I was like, and he showed me this one where, because it can generate art, it was like a storyboard of, it was like a dinosaur hatching out. Some kids find a dinosaur egg and it hatched, but it showed you like these renders, and it'd gone through thousands of times, and it made this like CGI sort of storyboard of what this film could look like. And when you look at that, like how many jobs has that replaced in that one act of just?
It's not a good thing, though, is it? Like, I hate it as
that's what I
well.
mean. It's terrifying. It's like proper terrifying.
Have you seen that? I've noticed as well, loads of channels are using that like AI art as their thumbnails, and I'm just like, if there's anything that's going to make me not watch a video, it's if they're using AI to generate a thumbnail.
But it's hard to tell, though, isn't it? So there's a photographer like in the same niche that I used to do on YouTube. He put this thumbnail up, and it like this it almost looked like an Apple screensaver of, is it Yosemite Park in America?
Yeah, Lynn calls that Yosemite.
Right.
Yosemite.
And I knew he'd been there to do filming, and there was this still, and he put the thumbnail on his Instagram, and I replied, I'm like, fucking incredible shot, because it's like two people stood. I'll try and get it up actually. We'll overlay it. Make a time. Have you been making
Things that Danielle's heard many times this week.
Two people stood in front of like that signature, like place in Yosemite National Park.
Yeah.
And I messaged him, fucking incredible shot, and he's like, "That's AI." And I was like, and I thought it was him. He's a very good photographer, and I was like, "World's fucked, mate." Because I thought it was your work, so it's coming for us. Robots going to get us.
All right, I think I'll be gone. Well, I don't know if I'll be gone by then, but I think the older I get, the more I think that's what the reason humans have like finite lifespans, right? Because they just get sick of everything that's changing. You know what I mean? This part of getting old. Like AI, come off it, man. We haven't even maxed out normal intelligence, let alone artificial intelligence. Come on now, it's gonna make people dumber. That and TikTok.
Right, we've got a couple more Agony Adams, and then we'll. What time we're running at here?
38 minutes.
Told you, this is where things go wrong.
Right, this one's an interesting one. So I work with a man who is happily married and expecting his first child in a couple of months. I've known him for about 6 years and we're very good friends. I'm happily married myself, but I'm worried by my sexual dreams I've been recently having, in which I fantasize about making love to him. I have no wish to spoil either of our lives by ever allowing these dreams to become a reality, and wish they would stop. Do I need to distance myself from this friendship?
I'm probably not supposed to laugh at that.
Why are you laughing?
That's just being an adult, man. Come on. There was a good speech. I don't know if it's a speech, but like a quote that Denzel Washington did when somebody asked him about adultery and all that, which you could Google, type that into YouTube for advice. I can't remember it exactly, but I think that's part of life. Like the fact that you're having a dream about somebody else. You've not done anything wrong in that, because if you spend time with people. I mean, I've never had a sex dream about Josh, but if I had one, I wouldn't feel like any guilt about it. It's like whether you act upon it, right? And I think, I don't know, man. I'm not going to tell you what to do, what's right and what's wrong. But if you're you said happily married twice. He's happily married. She's happily married. Nobody's unhappily married.
Yeah, but it sounds like she's trying to convince herself, because she said happily married twice.
Yeah, but remember the old saying, that old adage, the grass isn't always greener, right? I think it's natural. It depends how long you've been together as well, because there are obviously times when that if you've been with somebody for a long time, nobody wants to say this that's married or in a long-term relationship. It gets boring. Of course it does. Because like you're with the same person, and it's natural that like in the same way that every time I go out to a restaurant I don't eat the same food, right? You want to, but the point is that if you're with somebody who's like a life partner and you're monogamous, that's probably a key thing. You're not like a swinger or a Mormon or something. Then it's more valuable, isn't it, that you found somebody that you're in love with. That's more valuable than, I want to see what it's like to sleep with this person. He might have a weird dick. He might have one ball. Not there's anything wrong with that. He might have a primordial tail. He might just do really weird stuff like cry when he climaxes. So just like think about those
he might have
things.
a really long foreskin. He might pick his toes. He might flick bogies. Like we've covered this. This is like earlier on in the
long foreskin for you is a plus though. What I'm saying is, I don't think you necessarily need to distance yourself as long as you can rationalize in your head that it is just a dream. But it probably does indicate that you're sexually attracted to him. So if it's healthier for you, then maybe stop. But then you're gonna have to say, I've got to stop seeing you because I'm having sex dreams about you. So I don't know. I think as long as you have self-control, what's the big deal?
Yeah.
Just don't tell your husband probably that you're having sex dreams. Like if I told Lindsay I was having sex dreams about someone, that she'd probably get mad naturally. I don't dream about good. My dreams are all nightmares, waking nightmares. Josh smearing like stuff on my face. I've had that dream before.
I was just about to say, like, it was such an adult sort of response there, wasn't it?
No. Well formed.
Wow. Right, next one. I don't know if this is true.
Is it a festival?
No, it's not, but
It's edging on.
It's very like a festival.
my fiancée is pregnant, but I've been sleeping with her sister. She's now also pregnant. I'm not ready for kids. Should I ditch them both?
If that's real, you need help, lad. Like I'm not going to tell you.
beyond saving, is that?
I'm not going to tell you what to do, right? Because I don't think probably morality is not your strongest suit, is it? But the one good thing you can do in this scenario, I would say, is take your fucking medicine. If you've impregnated 2 people, then you can't be ditching anyone. It's your responsibility. You made up the mess. You clean it up. Yeah. And by that I don't mean like throw the baby in a river or something. I mean like you got to be a parent to them both. It's gonna be weird, but
Yeah, your aunt is your stepmom.
I can't even
Your cousins,
compute
your
in my head.
brother or sister. Fucking so day in Castleford that. So we'll go to the next one. Right. This one I could have submitted this one. I've always woken up before my wife. A few months ago, I got up to make her a cup of tea. Now she expects it as a matter of course, taking it for granted that I will take her a cup to bed. What should I do?
Is it that big of a deal that you got? Is that not just one nice thing that you could do for him?
But should it could be reciprocated, like
Well, it might be.
alternating?
He's not left that. There might be.
I
Things.
think he's like alluding to that. It's not a reciprocated thing. It's like every day just does it, and barely like when I made your
Oh, so
coffee.
she's not thankful for it.
Yeah.
You mean? Oh yeah, there's no excuse for that. I mean, you bring that up. I mean, like if when you make, it's quite common that you make me a coffee, right?
Yeah.
Like I'll bring my McDonald's coffee, then I need fuel to get through the next hour, so you'll make me a second coffee, and it's never a time when I just take it off you. Yeah. I'd always say thank you, right?
Yeah.
Even if I criticize how sweet he is. So I think that's you. If that were me, I can be quite passive aggressive with Linz only in like a funny way, right? But like if which sometimes, for example, she'll get home from work and I'll say like, "Have a nice day at work on it," and she'll just kind of go up the stairs. I'm like, "Oh, you really painted a picture for me there, darling. I feel like I was there." And then she'll know. She's like, "Oh yeah, sorry, darling. Yeah, it's just been a long day," and you know.
Yeah.
So you could take the cup of tea or coffee, whatever it is, in the morning, and if she just grabs it off and grunts, you say, "Oh, you know what? No love whatsoever went into making that coffee. You know, I do that just because it's like breathing to me." And then she might think, "Oh, you know, maybe I should say thank you."
Don't fucking drown on it. Like,
Or you could, if it's not too hot, maybe wait for it to get cold one morning. Just go, "Oh, I'm sorry, I just threw coffee all over you." Make sure it's not hot, but like,
April Fools, you could just fill it with water.
Do it tomorrow,
and just play
whatever
it.
it is.
Yeah.
I'll just put a beetle in it.
Oh yeah, put
Chocolate
a
beetle in there, yeah.
beetle in there. Right, last one. My boyfriend and I have a great relationship, but there are times when he dons the Darth Vader mask and refuses to answer to anything other than Darth Kickass. What should I do?
if that's real, I need some evidence of this, video evidence of this happening. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
What should I do? Embrace it, man. You've got somebody there who's creative. I get that probably gets annoying maybe if he doesn't. Maybe after 5 minutes, go, "Yeah, I'm only joking." If he keeps that going for like 6 hours, then that's probably a sign of some kind of personality problem. But I think I'd kind of embrace that. Like, I don't see too much wrong with that.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I mean, you picked that man, so it's like,
Darth Kickass.
yeah, you chose the dude. Like, that's that. Like, you made your bed, lie in it, or fuck him off. And go find a.
I like how high quality is the Darth Vader mask? That joke kind of works if it's a really plush, like £1,000 Darth Vader helmet. If it's just like a crappy like face mask,
You
then
should ditch him and go find somebody that likes to dress up as a Jedi. I think that would be like the opposite, wouldn't it?
Oh no, well you just dress as a Jedi. So two can play that game. So you get the robe like I'm not a big Star Wars fan. Obi-Wan Kenobi. Right?
Wanky Kenobi.
Obi-Wan's Kenobi. Throw that on. You get a lightsaber, and you say, "Well, okay, hey, listen, Darth Kickass, take off the mask." If he says no, you smack him around the face with the lightsaber. Makes a electronic sound effect.
Yeah.
Who's the daddy now?
We've actually helped. That's the first one I think we've. That's useful.
Yeah, I don't know about the rest though.
No,
I feel like I get internal guilt that like what we have said could negatively impact people. You never know.
You never know. All right.
I found two funny ones that I really want to get in.
All right,
there.
yeah, go.
I'll do them quickly. There's one, it's like a newspaper article where they've said to write in and stuff and they've given the answers. So one is, twice I've walked in on my husband masturbating in the bathroom. What should I do? And they just put back, knock.
I was watching a film the other day with Linz. I can't remember what the film was. Some shitty horror film on Shudder, probably, right? And
I wish I had his free time, you know. I wish I had the time to watch whatever the fuck
is he
that
joking? Every time I come in here, the only person that's working is fucking George. George just sat there chilling.
Lad.
I'm around.
Lad. You walked in today, right? You just rolled out of bed. What the fuck would I do? I was setting up the studio.
I'm not gonna say you're not working hard because you're that guy that says like it's all about delegation, aren't you, and all that shit, right? But
I'm not that guy.
Ultimately,
I'm fucking not that guy.
when you ever got so we blew it yesterday.
Filming.
Yeah, do you have a camera in your hand?
Direct. I can't.
Directing. So you were doing fuck all. Like, what are you doing today? So when George is setting up, you put a camera on there, and then you give George grief because he's put the wrong electrical cable in or something. I'm onto you, man.
Where's my
anyway,
knife?
what were we getting at? Oh yeah, I was watching this film, which is the one fucking 90-minute period that I get to spend the day with Linz. But anyway, so watching this film, and in the film, this woman's walking down a corridor, dude's in the bathroom, like beating off. Don't know why his door's open to
Beating
the bathroom.
off, what an American term.
Beating off is an American term.
Yeah, I think so.
so.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
You don't really hear people say that over here.
Beating off.
I feel like I've heard it in like American Pie. That's not English.
Right,
Yeah.
he's touching himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's having a little tinkle.
Having a wank.
And she kind of looks sad. And I said to Lindsay, I was like, if you saw me doing that, would you be like offended? She's like, yeah. And I'm like, why would you be offended? I mean, sometimes you just need to relieve the pressure, don't you? You know?
And you were forever talking about her upstairs with a fucking arsenal of weapons.
Yeah, well, I mean, arsenal of weapons.
Yeah.
Maybe
Do you feel offended by that?
No.
It's like,
We feel a bit inadequate, but that's like that's a truism. I am inadequate. But yeah, anyways, I don't do anything. I think that's. Oh, it's not a real one, is it? That's just.
That's
one
which
Well,
one?
they answered it. They just said knock.
Knock.
Yeah, knock, and I mean, you know what men are like. You know, they're animals. Don't take it as personal offence.
There were more I wanted to put in here. So it says, I really like this girl at work, but I'm not quite sure how to broach the subject. She always seems interested when I talk to her, but I've heard she has a boyfriend. Should I send her a picture of my penis?
that kid's like a 17-year-old.
That way,
They
that
think that's
0
normal.
to 100
That took
really
a
quick,
turn,
didn't
didn't it? Yeah.
No.
I'm pretty sure you know how to send. It's like I'm pretty sure you can get arrested for that in America now.
You're getting probably arrested. You're definitely getting sacked if they report you. Maybe just something. If that were me, I would probably. You could do a bit of Facebook snooping, maybe find out if they are attached. If you're really interested, it sounds a bit creepy, but it's less creepy than sending a picture of your dick. And then you're probably best catching them on like a works night out or something like that. That was my technique anyway. I certainly didn't send Lindsay a picture of my dick. I'd have got nowhere near. You know what I mean? But look, at the point that I wanted to kind of ask Lindsay on a date, I didn't really give a shit if I got fired. In fact, in the email that I sent her after I'd seen her out at work, I said, don't report me, but if you do report me, don't feel bad if I get the sack. Which I thought she would laugh at. But it didn't matter if I got the sack.
You wanted to get sacked.
So if you're in a job that you don't really care about, you can kind of do what you want, but don't send a picture of your dick, no.
Right, let's move on to Breaking Beard.
Okay, so you have your own questions this week. So Adam, yours are...
We don't need the buzzer?
No, we don't need the buzzer.
Oh.
So Adam, yours are all to do with YouTube.
Oh, goody.
Not YouTubers, because I know you don't subscribe to YouTubers. And Josh, yours is all about movies.
I'm subscribed
you
to you.
probably haven't watched.
I'm subscribed to you.
Are you?
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
He doesn't even appreciate it, is he? He's that big time now. Doesn't even know his subscribers are.
So what, I've got movies and he's got YouTube.
Yeah.
Is this like opposites? Is this like an opposite state?
Yours is a kid's quiz about movies. so yeah.
Right,
get them.
I'm ready. It's 3 questions each again, yeah? We keep changing the format of this. I'm losing. I'm getting confused.
Yeah, so you go first, Adam.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, when was YouTube launched? Was it 2001, 2003, or 2005?
2001.
Final answer.
Yeah.
It's 2005.
I'd have guessed 2001 as well.
Yeah.
I'd have thought it'd be older, but
2005. So that makes it's not even 20 years old. That is a surprise to me.
Yeah. Yeah, crazy. So, Josh, I want to clarify, yours aren't actually from a kids quiz, but they're just easy. It's supposed to be easy.
It's like Trivial Pursuit when you use the kids.
I was just going to say that. We get the kids version.
Okay, so first question. In The Matrix, what colour is the pill that Neo takes? Is it blue, green, or red?
Red.
Final answer?
Yes.
It is red.
And it was blue or red, right? Because that's the Morpheus speech.
Right, yeah.
Take the red pill and see how deep this rabbit hole really goes. I only saw the first
What
one.
was the blue pill? What was the option for blue pill?
go
He
back
just
to
went
his
back to his
normal-
Viagra. Take the blue pill and have a wank.
Yeah, he just went back to his office job, didn't he? Loving that Keanu Reeves Renaissance thing that's happening right now, and everyone loves him.
Yeah.
Might actually see the new John Wick movie. I won't go to the cinema, obviously, but you know, when it comes out on demand in half a year, I might watch it.
Okay, next question. Who is the most subscribed YouTube channel as of February 2023? Is it Mr. Beast, Coco Melon Nursery Rhymes, or T-Series?
Out of those, it's got to be Mr. Beast, isn't it? Out of those three,
Final answer?
yeah.
It's not. He actually has the least. It's T-Series.
Is that like that,
Never heard of that.
Indian music channel?
Well, Indian music channel is really high up there. Yeah.
Yeah, there's like an Indian, like a music artist, or like almost like a
It's just like
Every-
YouTube music.
right. Okay, yeah.
All right.
But Mr. Beast has 136 million. Like Coco Melon Nursery Rhymes has 155 million. T-Series has 237
That
million.
Coco Melon thing is like crack for babies, man. It's like it is like baby crack. And we had to stop our little one watching it because it's just like there's like so many colours and stuff going on, and like they just become like zombies.
Overstimulating.
Yeah, it's too much.
Some people send me pictures of their babies watching, which I find quite interesting.
Not this podcast, I hope.
No, I mean, if they were babies, they wouldn't know what's going on. Better that than, let's say, like a 6-year-old, because they'd probably pick up stuff, wouldn't they?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Anyway, next question. The head of what kind of animal is found in someone's bed in The Godfather?
Oh, come off it, man.
Yeah,
Is it
that's
a
shit
deer?
one, mate.
Nay.
A deer, a horse, or a snake?
Is this for me?
Yes.
Oh shit, a horse. Yeah, I thought it was yours.
No.
Yes, it is a horse.
Classy.
Surprised you've seen that one, actually.
Okay, last question for Adam. I don't think you can win at all, Adam. Josh, you could win, actually.
I can win when I
last question.
I could win when I
right.
fucking flip this table and never come back to the studio. Sorry, what?
What's the most viewed video on YouTube of all time? Is it?
Can I win this if I guess this without the
Like a double of quiz.
yeah, like if you don't give me the answers, does that mean I just win? If I just guess it without
If
the
you
options?
guess it. Okay, if you can guess it, then yeah, you win.
What was the question again? Just so I have to make
What's
sure.
the most viewed video on YouTube of all time?
I think it might have been recently overtaken actually, but I'm gonna say Gangnam Style. Was that one of the options?
No.
Well, all right, we'll give you the
wasn't one of the
options anyway,
options.
just for fun.
So, Baby Shark Dance, Charlie Bit My Finger, or Despacito?
I think it's the Despacito thing.
I don't think it's that one. I think it's. What are the options again?
Baby Shark Dance,
Baby Shark.
Maybe it's
Charlie
that,
Bit
yeah.
My Finger, Despacito. It is the Baby Shark Dance.
Does that mean I win overall?
If you get your next question right,
Yeah, double or quits. He's literally quits. He's out.
that Baby Shark Dance video, by the way, had 12.55 billion views.
That's all you need to do. Is just do like an annoying kind of repetitive. What do they call it? Ostinato. It's like it's just a
Awful.
song over changing, same melody over changing chords.
Okay, last question for Josh. In what famous 1976 thriller does Robert De Niro famously say, "You talking to me"? Is it Mean Streets, Taxi Driver, or Godfather Part 2? This is it. This is for the win.
I don't know it.
What the fuck do you mean you don't know it?
I don't know which one it's in.
Do you know what the line is like?
You're talking to me?
You talking to
I
me?
can't do a Robert De
You
Niro
must be
impression.
talking to me. I'm the only one here.
Godfather.
Final answer.
Yeah.
It's Taxi Driver.
I don't think I've seen Taxi Driver.
There's a surprise, isn't there?
No.
Well, you could have won.
You ever seen
Well-
that movie with Robert De Niro, The Intern? Reasonably, not new, but like with Anne Hathaway.
No, but I saw it advertised when it came out.
That's a heartwarming film. I watched it not recently. I watched it on a plane back from somewhere. Not last time, time before probably. About an old bloke going back to work because he's retired as an intern.
Yeah, we need to write a list of my films I need to watch. The long fucking
I
list.
thought that should be your homework. We could have like a movie corner every week, a film to watch. That's a good idea. We don't necessarily
It's
need a
not
jingle.
our idea. Someone's 1,000,000% said that.
Yeah, that's in like every film. Yeah.
I'm happy to nick it. All right, it's not our idea, but we could do it.
All right, should we finish on a fess hole?
Let's go.
Why do you always have to finish on a low point?
This isn't a bad
High.
one. This isn't a bad one. Like, so this, I chose this festival because it actually doubles up as an agony aunt.
It's a bad one. Go on then. Tell us, right? What's the festival this week?
Married with wife and 2 kids. Wife has a male personal trainer who she has started having coffee with after their lessons. Not normally an issue, apart from we don't give any time to each other, so now it's worrying me. If I raise it, I will look insecure about us.
I don't think he was
It's not really a fess hole, that. It's not the usual standard of...
I know, but
Vulgarity.
I saw it and thought that's tame.
That's
and then
a
I
bit-
was like, it's an agony aunt, isn't it?
It's a bit like an agony aunt thing.
Yes.
I don't know that you would look insecure. It depends how you bring it up, I suppose. You'd have to say like, I mean, I'm answering this like he's asking me, but for me, I don't. You'd say, I don't think you. If you said you can't do it, then that's an infringement of somebody's, personal rights and whatnot. But
Yeah.
if you said something like, well, we never spend any time with each other. And you find time to have coffee with you, but there's nothing necessarily sinister happening. Could be just having a bit of an appraisal after work. I mean, it's weird to have coffee after training. I feel like there's nothing I would want less than coffee after I've worked out. It's not exactly refreshing, is it?
No.
It gives you dry mouth.
So that makes you lead to think that like there's more to it because it's an uncomfortable thing to do. But they're like, we'll spend more time with each other and make it look, we're in a public space. We'll make it look like it's above board. Let's go get a mocha and look at your cocker. I think that it's probably not the best thing to be happening if you haven't got time for each other. And then I'd say that there's some red flags there. Some alarm bells need to be ringing. But how do we best approach this? We need to be like pragmatic about this, don't we? With Adam, like we need to offer some good advice.
If Linz told me she was with a personal trainer having coffee after she worked out, I would not. It wouldn't bother me in the slightest.
I'd say join the gym.
No, because then it looks like you try.
Or you like
Join the gym.
like marky territory.
Get him to be a trainer as well. Keep an eye on him.
Yeah.
Or you could become a personal trainer, and then that way you get to spend. I mean, a monkey could learn how to pass that exam.
Yeah, but lad, you're a personal trainer, and I can't see you wanting to personal train Mrs. Beard. Do you know what I mean? Like
She's on a big health kick,
I've seen you.
which we were training in my one remaining little
Lastly,
the last inch that I've got, right? She said, can I come in and train with you? I said, of course you can, Dan. Yeah, we don't spend much time with each other. And she's really, what she's really good at. She doesn't listen to this, so I'm not going to get any kudos for saying it. But she's really good at squatting. She is naturally mechanically because most people find squatting technically quite difficult to do properly. And I do it because she's got quite a muscular lower body. Without sounding too creepy, that's like what I remember. Like when we first started dating, I was like, whoa, she doesn't even train, right? And she's got like a pretty built, calves and all that stuff. Yeah. But she was squatting and she didn't do it like a great. She was doing it with my safety squat bar, right? Like a cambered bar. Yeah. And she was doing it perfect. Like I was like, whoa. So you're going to be a naturally really good. She'd probably be squatting more than me in like a year. She doesn't take much, but yeah, she's doing. I don't know why I mentioned that.
Fair play. How's she getting on with it? How's the old?
Cool. But she's at a point now where she like it's always like her Instagram story is littered with what she's eating and stuff. And I'm like, come on, nobody cares.
But has she passed the point of where like it's almost like the honeymoon phase? So like initially,
I thought she would have quit by now.
Yeah. So like if she's almost getting a bit like into a habit, that's really good, isn't it?
Yeah. It's cool, man. Like I want to move house so we can have like a proper home gym,
Yeah.
So we could train together. It wouldn't be like kind of cramped in a little crappy garage, But yeah, she's doing really well. And like most importantly, she's like eating some actual food. She tried chicken the other day.
That's why I seen it on a fucking Instagram.
Was it even just
chicken's
like
very nice? It's like
she was like eating like Mexican chicken,
Yeah.
so like chicken with actual flavor. I thought maybe she would go for like chicken
how old is she?
with the ketchup. I don't know, 32.
I don't know.
32, I think.
That is wild. When she came on the podcast for the Christmas special, and she was like saying that
Rating roast dinners and stuff.
Yeah.
I said that it's ruining it now because I can't make gags about her just eating garlic bread and Haribo. Because now she actually eats some. I don't want to try and get to eat like sushi or something really weird and out there.
Yeah.
I don't want to push the bar.
Go slowly, man. Go slowly. Yeah, good for Mrs. Beard. Hopefully, she might listen to this podcast when she's out doing her runs or whatever.
Fortunately, she does not.
Thank fuck. That's it then, isn't it?
That's
it.
it.
Yeah, if your missus is having coffees with that personal trainer, she's looking at his willy. Thanks for listening, everybody. I hope our Agony Adam section has been enjoyable. Adam, I think, gives really good advice. Surprisingly, because he's a bit of a prick.
I tried then, I tried. I think I'm quite a good listener.
I disagree.
No, you don't have to do anything. Just sit there and listen. I think I'm all right. Anyway, catch you next one. Do we have any guests lined up?
Yeah, we've got a guest. I've told you.
Get the fuck out. I don't believe you.
There's a guest coming in.
It's not Paddy the Baddy that you're lying about.
It's not Paddy the Baddy.
Who is
Although
it?
it's that YouTube finance dude, funny guy from.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, so is he going to tell everyone how to become a millionaire? Is that...
I don't think that's quite his vibe, but I think he's an entertaining guy, and I think it'll be helpful and enjoyable for a lot of people. So, bring it on.
I'll keep Roger off his back for a week.
Yeah, we've got a guest.
Roger?
There you go, Roger the Dodger. What did I called him Peter, didn't I? Fuck,
Called him
I
something
called him
else.
Peter earlier. Whoops, sorry, Peter Roger. Yeah. Peace.